Hi guys. I have some rather not so good news today. Just found out that Stephen Hawking had died this morning. Um, this is this is not so great news for me because he was one of the people, one of the greatest scientists, physicists of our time. Basically the Albert Einstein of our time, and he was one of the people that inspired me to to want to learn more about space, about the universe, and finding out that the person who inspired you to become the person that you are, at least part of the person that you are, has died. At least for me, is shocking and actually really sad. I mean, like I said, he inspired me to learn more about the universe and space as a whole. Okay, with the physics, I will never be able to do because, yeah, I'm not good with physics, but to just want to learn more about space, that's something I've done for years now, and he helped me, or at least in a way, he inspired me to learn more about it, and now it's gone. Yes, yeah.
By any measure, Stephen Hawking's life was incredible, even more so because in the 1960s he was diagnosed with ALS, or motor neurone disease, and given just a few years to live.
This rare form of motor neuron disease left him virtually paralysed, unable to express his profound vision of humanity and science without a voice synthesizer.
At one point, I thought I would see the end of physics as we know it, but now I think the wonder of discovery will continue long after I am gone.
But this was never a man bound by his own physical limitations. He revelled in a zero-gravity flight, freeing him, he said, from the confines of his wheelchair. He also wrote a series of children's books about space with his daughter Lucy. He had 2 other children and 3 grandchildren. For more than 3 decades, he was a professor at Cambridge University's Department of Applied Mathematics and Theoretical Physics, specialising in the study of black holes, and revered as a member of the academic elite. But Professor Hawking also did much to popularise science, playing himself in Star Trek,
Recessed in the opposite direction.
and The Simpsons.
In 2014, his life and romance with wife Jane Wilde was depicted on the big screen in the acclaimed film The Theory of Everything.
So the universe getting smaller and smaller, getting denser and denser, hotter and hotter as we...
You mean wind back the clock?
Yeah, exactly, wind back the clock.
Hawking consulted on the biodrama, which earned 5 Academy Award nominations and a Best Actor win for Eddie Redmayne for his portrayal of the physicist. Hawking's most famous work, A Brief History of Time, remains one of the best-selling science books ever written. and he was deeply concerned with humanity's survival.
I see great dangers for the human race. There have been a number of times in the past when its survival has been a question of touch and go. The frequency of such occasions is likely to increase in the future. We shall need great care and judgment to negotiate them all successfully. But I'm an optimist. If we can avoid disaster for the next 2 centuries, our species should be safe as we spread into space.
He was, as ever, looking firmly to the future.
As world famous as Einstein, pushing us to look beyond our planet, Stephen Hawking left this Earth in the early hours of this morning. Doctors told him he wouldn't live long, yet he went on to explain time itself. He explored the wonders of our universe from his wheelchair, his children offering this quote from their dad this morning: "It wouldn't be much of a universe if it wasn't home to the people you love."
I'm a cosmologist. I study the marriage of space and time.
Long before Eddie Redmayne's Oscar-winning portrayal of him with his unique computer-generated voice.
My name is Stephen Hawking.
It's American.
Is that a problem?
And playing himself on The Big Bang Theory.
Professor Hawking, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you, sir.
I know.
British physicist Stephen Hawking exploded onto the world stage with some big theories of his own. In A Brief History of Time, a 1988 runaway best-selling book turning complex matter into relative simplicity for the masses. He set the agenda for science today by uniting the 2 great theories of the universe, relativity and quantum theory. Born in 1942 in Oxford, England, Hawking wasn't a whiz kid in the classroom growing up and didn't really get serious about his studies and physics until his college years at Cambridge. He immersed himself in cosmology and astronomy. During that time, he was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, the debilitating disorder robbing him of mobility, confining his body to a wheelchair, his voice eventually to a machine.
My illness has meant that I cannot use pencil and paper. So I have to do things in my head.
His mind, by then, boundless. His quest to explore and experience, insatiable, including this 2007 zero-gravity flight. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, he once famously surmised. It is the illusion of knowledge. Hawking concluded our universe began about 15 billion years ago with a Big Bang, time starting simultaneously. Ultimately, the universe will collapse, he argued, while time marches on, until the end.
There's nothing like the thrill when you discover something no one knew before.
Given just 2 years to live after falling ill at age 21, Stephen Hawking packed an incredible lifetime of achievement in the decades that followed, beating the odds. Heartfelt tributes coming thick and fast this morning. The Big Bang Theory cast saying, in loving memory of Stephen Hawking, it was an honour to have him on The Big Bang Theory. Thank you for inspiring us and the world. His daughter, Lucy, posting to Facebook, the best and the bravest. Goodbye to my beloved father, who changed the world. You know, in a world right now where perhaps people can seem a little small-minded, Stephen Hawking offered us a different way of thinking. My goal is simple, he once said. It's a complete understanding of the universe. And describing his life, he said, my expectations were reduced to 0 when I was 21. Everything since then has been a bonus.
Wow, what a remarkable life. Keir, thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe.
Sorry about this. Yeah, as you guys can tell, I'm a bit emotionally upset about this because yeah, actually really big loss. not just for the scientific community, but also for the people that he loved, that loved him, that he inspired to want to learn more about physics and space. Yeah, he made so many contributions to science, physics, space, universe physics, with black holes as well, for example. He contributed so much to the scientific community. And to have someone like him just passing away like this, it actually leaves a really big hole. And I really hope that I don't think anyone will be able to replace him, and probably not in our lifetimes, not so quickly. Like I said, he's one of the big figureheads in the scientific community, at least until he passed away. And I hope some of you were inspired as well to become great scientists like him as well. Or at least, okay, I'm not a great scientist, I'm not. But like I said before, he inspired me to look deeper into the universe and its mechanics, and well, I hope you guys are inspired to try to become great scientists like he was. And this is just my like like a goodbye video to Stephen Hawking, as just a way to say goodbye. Yes. Goodbye, Stephen Hawking. You'll be missed a lot. Like, really a lot.